This is awesome. This is awesome. Does he hear me? Yeah.
Okay, hey!
How does the average person participate?
This was just a big lot of junk. The weeds were growing all over the place, and it was a bad city.
Those vacant lots that are in the city, nothing grows there. It's just a pile of trash and stuff. It's just amazing to have a garden there.
We fill up all the beds and whatever trash, tires, and just a whole bunch of trash off the land and turn it into a beautiful garden.
Oh, good job. You're helping the environment.
Gardening the Community was founded in 2002 as a project of NOFA, the New England Organic Farming Association, the Massachusetts chapter. It was their urban farming project. And Ruby Maddox Fisher is the founder, of course. GTC has been 9 years old. And I had worked with another community youth program in Springfield, and then there was a woman who came to me from NOFA and was like, I'm looking to start GTC, or start this program. There was no name.
We started off as a program to promote gardening, but at the same time we try to promote healthy eating and being active with the kids.
I think one of the things that our gardens do is that they become a symbol of the kind of change that's possible in a neighborhood or in a community. I know it's very powerful for the youth themselves to plant seeds and watch them grow.
I am proud of a lot of things. I think we're like a family. I love spending time with them.
This is my 7th year. I started when I was 13. That's a little girl.
I love going to the garden, and I'm just proud of them. I think the person who I am now, they contributed. GTC helped me to be who I am now. So I'm proud of many things. I'm very proud of GTC and saying that I'm a GTC junior staff.
Are we empowering the youth? Are we, empowering the community? Are we, bringing access? And, how does that translate into, other issues of like social justice?
It must feel good to be able to, as a young kid, 6th grade or 7th grade, grow some food and bring it home to their family. I mean, that's an honorable thing to do. So it's like to see that happen, and then to see the kids getting excited about that is great.
I think it's important because people that don't maybe have money or stuff can't really buy things like in other stores. But when we grab our own vegetables and bring it out to the market, we sell them for cheaper.
You learn a lot from working in a garden.
One of the things I love most about working at the garden is just the knowledge that you get.
And you get to see things grow when you plant it.
The kids, they didn't know things like, oh, a carrot grows from under the ground.
To take care of where you live around, like taking care of your neighborhood. Awesome.
You're doing work, you're getting paid for it, you're getting fresh vegetables, beautiful flowers, you're exercising, you're staying healthy, so there's really no downside to it.
I like planting, putting the seeds down, harvesting, and I love doing the markets.
I help the kids to start their own, thinking about food and growing and cooking and being more healthy and having a healthier lifestyle. And last year it was amazing to see the kids, how impressed they were, to see a plant growing or just to pick up the food and harvest, and then after they get to eat it and cook, and it was just amazing to see them, and they were happy, and it was good. It felt good.
I really like how we bike everywhere and stuff, because that's our trademark now. A lot of people know us for biking and cutting down the use of fossil fuels.
When they came for 488 Central Street, I mean, it was a total shock. We didn't know. It was like they didn't even know that we were there.
I just think we need the city to help us out and stuff. They're kind of wish-washy. They'll take the land from us because they want to put houses on it, and then they want to give it back to us. But they don't really support us. in what we're doing. And if they actually come out and see what we're doing and support us, I think that would help a lot.
And so it didn't make any sense of how they could just make a decision like that and not involve us, not consult us.
The biggest challenge that we have is keeping the land and making sure that we have that land, because the city has taken the land from us.
The city's goal is to put a lot of these vacant lots back on the tax rolls. I mean, I understand the community gardens issues, that they want to be able to have community gardens, but these larger development lots are, the city's goal is to get these lots. They were taken through tax title process, which usually means that someone didn't pay taxes. It took a lot of money and time and effort to get them into city hands, and our goal is to see housing put back on them.
I didn't know what we were supposed to do for them to see us. I didn't know, what were the channels.
We're trying to, work with the city to put some laws into place where people who do that kind of stuff can be protected.
And so we've been sitting down with the city to craft an ordinance that will actually address all of the city's concerns and also hopefully support residents that want to organize gardens and grow food. And we'll also support gardening the community in that effort.
Right now, the kind of haphazard about where they're allowed, how you do them, what I'm working with the Food Policy Council as part of that is to come up with a kind of a set of guidelines that says, if you want to do a community garden, here's what you have to do. I mean, one of the things that I don't think are taken into consideration with community gardens a lot is it's a lot more than just throwing a shovel in the ground and digging.
It would also address the issues of maintenance of them, of taxes, of kind of we can't assume that everybody's going to want, a community garden next to them. So it kind of addresses some of the things that might be constraints against developing stronger community gardens.
Springfield is at a really exciting point in terms of supporting efforts like gardening the community and other folks who want to grow food locally.
I think community gardens are great, and I think they've been shown to work throughout the country, so I certainly want to see them here. I just want to make sure that we have specific guidelines on how they're used.
It's the same thing has happened in a lot of other cities around the country, Boston, Portland, from the East Coast, the Midwest, all the way to the West Coast. There's a lot of communities that have garden ordinances, so we're just trying to, kind of take the best practices from all of those cities and incorporate that here in Springfield.
I feel like there is a lesson to be learned here. And this is what I meant earlier by that translates into other urban systems.
There's definitely a movement afoot. Gardening the community is one project, is one group here in Springfield, but part of a broader movement for food justice, for changing our very food system and addressing racial health disparities and other kinds of inequities in our community. So by doing the work that we do locally, because we're connected to this broader movement, we inspire change in other communities.
It grew a lot. A lot more people know about us. Even the neighbors down the street, they get more involved. I see it really growing. A lot of people, not just in Springfield, but around the area and other cities, they know about us. It was just small program, just one small plot, and then we got another plot, but it was still just a small group of kids. And now looking at it, we're going to different markets. We have 2 markets. We're selling to 2 different local restaurants. And so I see it's a big difference from what the little program used to be and to what it has transformed to now, which is good. Hopefully it will get bigger and be more widespread.
I would like to see this, what we're doing here, be able to employ more youth.
We have such potential to impact more youth, to have a bigger impact in the neighborhoods where we're present, and to grow lots more food.
Everyone sitting down and having these big dreams about what can happen in a community like this that's been so kind of looked down upon for so long is what makes this work worthwhile.
I think it can get really big, even if it's not from our organization, other people work in their backyards. It can get really big because it just takes a simple seed to plant.
Expand into more gardens, more farming, more kids that can be employed, keep them out of the street.
It's important at its very core. It's something that's essential to all of us: food and how we get our food, and fueling our most basic needs.
There's an intangible role we play in the community that's really important. how can we become a healthier, more beautiful, hopeful community? I think all you have to do is look at our lots to know that it's possible. And our youth are such powerful embodiment of the kind of change that is possible when people in a community come together.
Ready?
Oh, for a young woman, and so much beautiful girls.
Another one? Okay.
You know what? I'm thinking that these pumpkins, people painted them and then they're gone.